Hi there, Yang here. Today I'm gonna show you a little component I made. It's basically a mesh swapper for your NPC or even for your character. You can use it on both. It's data table driven. Let's see. I also created a PDF document, a guide, let me say, how you can download and where you can how you need to prepare your meshes, what code you need to add to your NPC or to your player character, and then here how you could use a dual mesh, let me say. So you have a main mesh that is hidden, and you have a secondary attached mesh to it that will use like a copy post from mesh or retarget post from mesh. You can set it up both, and then you use the data tables to basically it's set up like you need to set a skeletal mesh and you need to set animation blueprints. And we have like three components: a basic one, an advanced, and a custom one. The basic one only swaps the mesh with the animation blueprint. The advanced one also does the materials, and the custom one is basically uh, toggling between the rows in the data table. And then you also have the option to swap, to switch the materials. Plus, with the custom version, I build a little extra so you can use it on the player character. And you have like you could make your own character selection widget, but we will take a look. So there's a guide included how to use it, so it's always nice to have. I start from the abstract class, then we have the basic one, we have an advanced one, and we have a custom one, and then this one comes from the abstract one, this from the basic, and this from the advanced, and then little, and it's free to use, and you can expand how you like. But for now, I modified it like 3 times now, and I'm also re-recording this video. And I think at the moment it's more than enough because the end goal was more to have a tool that I can quickly swap my meshes between my NPCs basically. Okay, let's take a look at it. So, like you see here, I included some free models just that we can test it directly in the project, let me say. Okay, now I'm gonna swap the map quickly. So everything is like this is just a static mesh that is from the other map. So we have like a structure. So you have the characters. This is basically holding the rig, I think. Yeah, this is for the characters. Then we have some icons. Then the trooper and the survival guy, and then Matty came with Unreal, and then a zombie female also, the nurse. Then for the custom map, let me say, and the menu, we have a game mode, but that's all optional. It's not required. The components, these are the ones that are required. So you can have one per uh, per character, let me say. And then we have, let me quickly check the blueprints. In the blueprints, we have also the three characters, let me say. So one is holding the basic component, one the advanced component, and one the custom component. I'm gonna quickly swap the map. So I'm gonna take the UI map. That's good. Then I'm gonna drag this back to the bottom. Yeah, just made it some fancy and don't. Then I'm gonna make it bigger. I'm gonna hit play. So these are example characters. Yeah, the background just some icons I put on as materials, nothing much, only nothing more. Then this is handled directly on the component. So you can swap. So that is the intention. But this is player based. You can swap. Let me take the nurse back. And then you can also swap materials. This one only got one material. You can, yeah. This is all example code how you could do something like this. So then this one doesn't have anything. This one I'm gonna rotate back. You see, this is on. And if I now would say like, yeah, I'm gonna save, then it's saving, and then on the map I load it back in. So I save, and then like now I can walk on the map with the character I selected. Okay, so now I'm gonna go back to the other map. For now, I'm just gonna remove those. Doesn't matter. I'm gonna remove those. Yeah. Then I'm gonna go to the, the core basically. But what you need to do when you download this one, when I update um, everything and you need to upgrade your project, let me say, then it will override the female and the male asset. So what I suggest you do is you just take this one. Hold on, I'm gonna make it some bigger, and then instead of keeping them in the core folder, just maybe make a copy and put them on top of that. Make a copy of that. Voila. And then you need to open the characters data table collection. Then you empty everything. Then you make two new ones to make it easy that we don't make mistakes. So I'm gonna add the female and I'm gonna add the male. Voila. Now everything stays the same for what we are using, but you would then create your own characters. And to do this, this is the one I'm using, but you can per component you can really make another one, animals for example, zombie characters or something, or make it how you like, and then on the component you can directly also select this one instead of this is more the collection to make a bigger yeah, collection for your NPCs. Then I'm gonna open female, doesn't matter. So what you do is you add a row, you give it the name, that is the name that will be yeah, not shown, but we reference it to it. Then normally it's like for the basic characters, you only need to have the mesh and the animation blueprint, yeah. And for the advanced, you then can put um, materials, but hold on, I'm gonna open this one quickly. Where does it open? Okay, it's opening good. So you have the elements 0, 1, and so on. So you have then the material. In the first development I pointed to the material, but now I swapped it to material instance because yeah, then you have more options, let me say. Okay, so you see you have element 0, element 1, and so on. And that is what you need to do. You need to always open this one and check. And then here you say like element 0 and element 1 or 3. And you see you don't need to put them all. But what you need to keep in mind when using this, like now we already have a 0 here. The maps doesn't work well with when you already have the 0 here and you want to add it, then it's like a duplicated index, let me say. So if I'm gonna do it here, you see, cannot add it, then you need to just do like, I always do like -1, and then I add it back until everything is added and I'm done. Then I will, hold on, this one, delete, then I will revert it back to 0, so then everything is okay. That's the materials. And then for the UI part, so like I say, that's a custom one, but you don't need to use the UI. That is only if you want to make like a yeah, character selection or something like it. But the option is there. You can do it, and the code is also available to look at. So that is like this. So quickly save this one. Then quickly go to the mail. And then here, same thing. This one, yeah, I did it quickly. So I just downloaded some free icons to show you. But you can make a screenshot of the character and put it as an avatar, and then you can expand on your UI elements, of course. And you can also expand on the structures. So that is totally no problem, and you can do whatever you want with it. This is just a tool to quickly swap characters, let me say. I want to show something, and it was, let me think, was it the UI? Something about the UI? Yeah, maybe, no, I want the core folder. That was what I want to show you. The struct, so I got like 3. So this is basically just, like I say, the index or the element in this case, and the materials. Okay, yeah, I make a typo, but leave it like it is, it doesn't matter. Then one for the UI, so if you want to expand on the UI, you can always add more variables here. But be careful when working with the structures that you first save everything, you modify this, you save the structure, and you close your project. When it asks for saving, you don't save anything, just close it and then reopen the project. Otherwise, you could have corruption in your projects. And then like this one is then the one that is holding the collection of the 3 um, of the character data. And then in the functionalities itself, I'm working with, hold on, which one is the, well, it doesn't matter though. So I start with this one. So this one only holds. But what I want to see, you have the references, that is all so I need the character mesh. So it doesn't matter which one, but this one is where the data table then will be working on, the material ID we need, then the component type, that is background logic, then the final character you don't need to touch. This is the one I'm using to set the character, but this one is the one we are modifying the whole time in the widgets, and so this is the one, and then also the IDs. Okay, so this is the basic one, doesn't do much. Like, this is the code I need to have on the character. also. So I'm gonna quickly go to the character, not this one. Demo, blueprints, take the basic one, doesn't matter. Everything works on the construction script, so nothing is done on begin play or something. Could be that you need to, if you have maybe multiplayer and you have maybe issues that you need to place this also on begin play, but for now it's only construction that we do. So on the character, in this case the basic one, because I'm using the basic component, but what you do, you add a C one of the tree that you want, then it's added, you drag it in, then from here you first do construct character, then you do refresh, because it's a component, you always need to do the refresh. If you would say like, hey, that's nice, I'm gonna not use the component, I'm gonna take all the code and put it directly on my character in the construction script, then the refresh will not be needed. But yeah, then every time you move your character, it will be running, and it can have some delays. But like this, it's working good. So like I say, and then we need to have the mesh. So in this case, I only have one, but in some other cases, you can have like skeletal mesh, and I always call it then the character mesh. Okay, so I'm quickly gonna do like you should do it, for example. Then on this one, what we do is render, and we hide it. Okay, and then for the character, eh, now what I'm gonna do, instead of using this one, I'm gonna disconnect it. I'm gonna put a character mesh in it. Okay, like so. So now I'm gonna use that one. Okay, that is that. Then on this one, we need to set it. References. Okay, I need to have the create character. This the final you don't see on the level itself, but this is on the characters. But don't touch the final. Then I'm gonna do my characters in global. For now, doesn't matter. Take many. Viewport. Voila, there he is. Okay, many doesn't have materials, but we are working with the basic one, so it's purely the create. This is the only thing you need to do basically. Okay, then this should be fine. Character measures normal because he is using his own animation blueprint. But what I'm gonna quickly do, which one I'm gonna take forward? Take forward. Let me quickly think. I'm gonna take this one for example. Mesh. This one. Did I already do it? Let me quickly check the animation blueprint. Hold on, man. No, no, no. Here I only put like a idle. Yeah, yeah, okay. So this one I can use, eh? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna remove that idle thing, and I'm gonna do the copy mesh post from mesh. I'm gonna do that, like so. Then here we need to do some settings. One, two, third not, fourth yes. Okay, okay. And then when I close it, and then when we go back here, and I would say like instead of the many, it should take the survival guy. Okay, so now you see it's taking the animation from this one, and you can use the mesh like done in the Hyper MSD Pro project, let me say. But it's working great like this. Okay, so this is just to show you what you only need to do on your character, huh? Then what we're gonna do now, we are going to just quickly go back to the demo, blueprints, wait, basic, one basic, look here, then one advanced, I didn't put anything, then turn it, and then one custom. Yeah, that is because I think because we are swapping the data table, so could be that I need to quickly open them. Hold on, gonna do that first maybe. Oh, that was not good. Advanced. Yeah, let me quickly check. Advanced. Ah yeah, final. You don't need to put that. Then here, just go back to the characters. Just doesn't matter. Take one. Compile and save. Close. Custom. Quickly set here. Also one. Data characters. Viewport. Voila. Here you only need to do the characters. The whole name you don't need to do. That is done by going up or down, or the materials up and down. Okay. And these buttons, so these functionalities are also used basically in the widgets, and that's why I'm saying like the widgets talk to this component. Okay, compile and save. And now, once the setup is done, you added all your characters you want to your data tables, and you created some variations. Let me say, this is a sniper, this is a melee guy, yeah, this is just a civilian or something. Doesn't matter. Hold on, maybe what gonna make it some bigger because we need to have this. We don't need to put that like so. This is okay. This I'm gonna expand a little bit, like so. Yep. This also make it a little bit bigger. Then selected one. Is that big enough? Yeah, that's big enough. Okay. So I'm gonna go first the basic one, eh? So the basic one, what you need to do once everything is set up, so material you don't need to bother, let me say, and then on this one we're gonna say many refresh. So always hit the refresh button, then so refresh, and yeah, no, normally it's the correct. I need to check that in the data table, but normally I think it was the correct animation blueprint I point, but yeah, it doesn't matter. Okay, so survival, so leave him then. When we will play, we will see if he's playing the animation. And then this is advanced. Advanced, same thing. You can leave it for now on this one. Wait, quickly swap. Yeah, nurse. We know got more material, so I can do refresh. Voila. So he's refreshing. I think I need to check something because that's what he do. Wait, which one is that? Custom, but custom will do the same then. Basic. I need to check something. It's refreshing. Wait. Did I put the final in it? No, Yeah, that was the reason that I don't put the final in it. But I think I also did not put the data table. That's why I had, that's maybe why. Hold on. Compile, save. That's why it was swapping. Hold on. Let me see. Yes. Yeah. That was the reason. So, 0, huh? Okay. Refresh. Yeah, that was the reason. You see now, when you when you put it here, so when you directly put it like I'm gonna put the data table for example, or you need maybe if you leave it on none, it is also okay. But if you do like many, then in the level when you're swapping, hold on, which character? This one it was, yeah, custom. This one. So when you are swapping, he will. Wait, you see, he will now, before you hit the refresh button, swap to money. That was the reason that I did not put something here, so that I leave them both. But in the final, of course, don't touch, So leave it like that. Doesn't matter, because then this can close that. So we know, yeah, it's for me also a little bit testing, of course. So in this case, I want to have the science fiction trooper, and I want to have material ID 10, but I don't have 10. So normally when I push refresh, oh yeah, I only have like 4 materials, 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 0, 0, 1, enter, refresh, 2, enter, refresh, and then the last one was then 3, refresh. And this is how you can make a big combination. I will do another video where I will do a full integration, let me say, of everything from zero to importing the characters and then placing it on an NPC and then look how it is done in a game, allee, in a real project, let me say. And then, like I say, we have the other one, or nurse, but I think we need to do the same thing, and because we did the same thing. But for this, I don't think, hold on, leave it for a moment like this, because I'm only toggling, so in this case, with this one, you have like, if you click on it, you will see when you click on the basic, you only have the refresh button. When you click on the advanced, you also have only the refresh button, because you put the material ID directly here. But on the custom one, you have the option to go up, you see, or down, and then because we know this one, and then same thing, material up or material down. Okay, and then like I say, now I think I'm the nurse. If we play, let's see what the, no, so that one is not playing, so this one, but it's always good to debug a little bit, so now what we need to check, we need to go back to the mail, the survival, that was the correct one, Did we forget something? No, that is good. Skeleton. That's this one. Yeah. Yeah, it's not this one. Hold on. I did it on the basic, I think. Hold on. Yeah, on the basic. I did it. So what is wrong here? Let's investigate. We have the mesh. Ah, yeah, okay, this one. This one is not set correctly because we used this one. Alright, wait, hold on, that was my error. So I need to have money. Money. Where is she? Money. I need to have the one zombie. No. Characters. Yeah, that one. And then here also RBP money. I think it's no. I think it's this one. Yeah, that one. That was the issue. Okay, let's quickly play it again. Now I think he will. Yeah. Oh, did I put it? Um, I put them also. Hold on. This survival we already have. Yeah, many. It's just many. Put it on the nurse. Put this one back. Take the default nurse. Yeah. Okay. Yep. That should be fine. Okay. Okay. And now I want to. This we can save all. Doesn't matter. Okay. That's good. Put here. Um, character demo map UI. UI. Okay. And then here UI. We're gonna play. I want to play as. Okay, so here, like I say, this is the UI. What that you can take a look at how it's built up, but this is just a simple example. And then in this case I cannot, but we can rotate. Nothing fancy, just 35, I think, per click. I took it, and then when you press save, oh yeah. So in this case, for me, the player character is not set up correctly. But yeah, okay, you get what I mean. Did I UI is world settings? We didn't use a pound, so it will be. Where is he? Player controller, none. I none. Where did I put the player character? Let me think. That's the menu. Survival, characters. Oh yeah, okay. Let me think. Where did I put my character? Save. Yeah. The basic one was true. But hold on. Which one do we got? Custom. Custom. Okay. So by yeah, this is the issue, huh? Because now what I did, I modified my data table. So this one is modified to use this animation blueprint. But this animation blueprint is made for a character that is using like the main mesh that is hidden, and so this then I need to go put it on many, yeah, because I know many is just controllable animation blueprint. So now we have our movement back, eh? So oops, okay, he can jump again. He's alive, yippee! Yeah, she's ugly. Okay, so this is what you could do, and like I say, uh, hold on, this one I created, yeah, a quick guide basically how you can download, extract, use option one. Option one is basically use this project, import all your characters and start building from this project. Option two is then migrate to another project. Then remember when can I let you show? I think I can. Hold on. I think I can. This one, make it. Wait, take it here, like so. Then, let me think. Quickly check my other screen for. Yeah, it doesn't matter. The projects I have were testing, so yes, this must work. Okay, I can show you. Um, so on a new, uh, if you never use it, you just do like open this project, migrate, then leave everything like this, then click on OK. Then what I'm gonna do, because I already have it, in this case you just select your project, select folder, and then you will start the migration. Once you already have a project, then there's a new version of the character swapper, let me say. Then what you first need to do is make sure that the data tables are outside the car folder, like we did before. And then in this case, you just say like select folder, and then you get an extra message. In our case, it doesn't matter. We are going to update everything unless you modified some code, then make first a backup of your project itself, that you have references to your modifications. Then it doesn't matter, do yes to all. Now he will overwrite everything, and then same thing what I show you in the first section. You just open the characters, you take your male, female, animals, or whatever data tables you created, you add it to the characters, and you're good to go. You don't need to, you don't break it. Could be that you need to go refresh your characters, but that that is minor. Um, Let it do. But then, like I say, we have. I'm gonna make another video where we're gonna do this step by step. So preparing the skeletal meshes, because you have several options to do that. It depends a little bit on what assets you're using and how the skeletals match each other. So it could be you have like, for example, 10 characters from one and the same creator that is using always the same base skeleton. Then it's perfectly possible that from the 10, you will only hold like one skeletal, and you merge down all the other ones into that one and delete the unnecessary ones. Allee, that is one possibility. I do that often. It's also handy then everything is directly on because animation sockets is handled by the skeletal, not the mesh. So then you have everything. The mesh is just a visual. It's for the eye, let me say, but the logic is on the skeleton. Then like prepare and then the code. But yeah, that is easy. But the hard part will be getting all the characters basically fit correctly. And decide what you're gonna do with the skeletals. Are you gonna merge them? Need to pay attention with the bones, of course, or if you're gonna keep it there. And then, like I say, on the update, always be sure that you get those out of the core folder. Otherwise, you will overwrite all your work done. So. No, I would say thanks for watching, and I will update with some, yeah, use cases. Let me say, take some projects and implement this into that project and see how it goes. Okay, bye bye. See you later. Thank you.